Leaders and managers of this world have a great power. They can change the things for better or for worse. They have a great impact on the society at large. We are at the IEDC-Bled School of Management thinking that we have to bring up responsible leaders. Leaders who are reflecting, not only thinking, not only working with the everyday routine, but who are also thinking, who are realizing what are their actions for. And that's why, besides ethics, we also included already some years ago aesthetics.
Leadership is fundamentally a very personal thing, and a person has to have more than competencies. They have to have an artistic impulse. Great leadership acts and great management acts, we think of them as that was beautifully done. There's always an artistic component to when people do great things, and therefore in developing leaders, I think people should get in touch with their own artistic impulses and value them and honor them, and not treat leadership as a science so much as a craft with artistic overtones.
I believe that there are some stages of this learning from arts. One is making parallels, like orchestra, using the jazz orchestra for the good times when we can improvise in organization, using classical music for the difficult times where everybody has to sing the same song. For instance, on music. Is music manipulation with emotions? Is leadership manipulation with people? There are much deeper ways of going with art, learning from arts, where the art is a tool of leadership development, and that is what we want to reach in our school.
The essence of creative leadership is assumption. The ability to be aware of the kind of assumptions that you have, to challenge your assumptions, and to invent the new assumptions. And it's quite obvious that one big, important source of challenge for assumption is art.
Today, as you probably noticed, there is so much fierce competition, and on the level of technical expertise, all the products are marvelous, maybe too marvelous, too complicated, too complex already. So obviously experience is a big thing today, and we don't know how to deal with experience in the economy. So actually people who are designing and strategizing, they come to artists now and say, how do you create experience? What are the stages of creation, of dramatizing things? And sure enough, they even talk today a language in a business that is very much art language.
The real question is, can we invent, can we design ideas, products, services that are worthy of choosing? If you focus on design and creative design, then the question is, how do we come up with a creative design? And the most creative designs now emerge when you use improvisational techniques that are home to the theater people, not home to most business people.
The ability of art to represent things that are unconscious and not available to normal conversation. So the artist can, under the label of art, can say outrageous things, can be even profane and critical, and it gets through to us, but we excuse it even though it would be unacceptable if the same thing were said in serious conversation. So art is one way that society has of telling itself the truth. The jester in the court who could say what the king couldn't hear except from the jester is an early art form, and theater does that a lot. It cuts past your conscious sensors. You suddenly confront something that you normally don't want to look at.
So I show several scenes from different movies that are interesting for particular leadership skills or particular situations in which a leader has to act.
What inspires us within music is that we recognize that there is always an opportunity to find the most beautiful part of ourselves.
Arts are a good instrument to teach leadership.
So I was a bit suspicious, but when I saw what is the point, I was really engaged. It engaged me to think.
We creative a creative environment for creative leadership. And so people get on this way the inspiration from the environment, they get it from the professors, and I believe that their creativity is certainly enhancing after this. And we can see that not immediately or not with everybody who is participating in this educational process, but there are many indicators that people appreciate that. And you know, one of the biggest indicator for me, or biggest compliment that I got as a dean of this school, was when a participant said to me, when I came back, MBA participant, when I came back from the study, my family said that I also became a better human being.
Sentimiento de